Hello everyone, today I come with 10 dynamic stretches that you could do before your run or walking activity. Why do you need to do these dynamic stretches before your run or walk? Simply because running and walking are two activities that are predominantly preferred by majority of the populations. Again, there is nothing to blame here because it is easily accessible. You could do it with your family, requires no gym membership or planning. But what often people forget is when you do a particular kind of activity over time, you are straining those muscle groups and joints, and they tend to become rigid, becoming more prone to injuries. That is why we hear people complaining about lower back pain or tightness in the hamstrings or having heavy cramps in their calf muscles. So when you add these dynamic stretches before your running or walking activities, all you're doing is increasing your heart rate, increasing your body temperature, increasing the elasticity. So over time what happens is it helps to reduce the risk of injury and it enhances your performance. So let's not wait anymore and try to do these 10 dynamic stretches before your next run. The first one is going to be hamstring sweeps. All you're going to do is simply cross one leg over the other, and whichever the leg is in the back, try to keep that knee out. We'll do about 5 reps on each side. And again, if you have super tight hamstrings, you can modify bending your knee slightly. Otherwise, try to keep it as straight as possible. All you're trying to do is reach from top till your toes and come up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's switch the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, the next one is going to be knee hugs. All you're going to do is grab hold at the shin bone and pull it close to your chest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, the next one is for your quads. You're simply going to grab hold at the ankle joint and pull the knee back and come down. Switch. All right, the next one is to loosen up your hips. We'll do hip openers. All you're going to do is open and close the door. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. The next two are going to be to prepare your calf muscles and the muscles on the front, the tibialis. You're going to get into this kind of a squat position. Make sure the knee stays bent throughout. We'll do about 10 of these. All you're going to do is calf raises with the knees bent. You're going to lift the heels off and come down. If you need to hold on to a wall for balance, feel free to. Otherwise, you can simply do that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, for the next one, you're going to need a wall. You're simply going to lean against it. If you want to make it a little easier, you can have your hip against the wall. Otherwise, get the hips off, walk your feet slightly forward, and all you're going to do is pull the toes up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. All right, the next 4 are for your elasticity. What I mean by that is when you're running or lifting weight, your muscles stretch and come back to its position, right? The ability to come back to its original shape is called as elasticity. So before you go on that 5-kilometer run or a 10-kilometer run, you want to make sure you're telling your body to be prepared for that long intense activity. So the first one is going to be air squats. Have your feet shoulder width apart and just drop down to doing about 10 of these. All right, the next one is going to be knees over toes lunge movement. You're going to get into this wide stance lunge position. We'll do about 5 of these, and all you're going to do is, as you're doing that lunge, you're going to focus on getting the knees to go over your toes without letting this heel peel off, and come up. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Go ahead and switch your sides and start. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The next 2 are going to be to help improve your footwork and again plays a role in the elasticity as well. I will have my timer set to about 20 seconds. All right, the first one is going to be quick ins and outs. Again, you want to keep your knees bent, your hips low throughout, and you want to do this movement as quick as possible. And just take a quick few seconds break. The next one is going to be shuffles. All right, again we will do this for 20 seconds. Set and go. All right, that should set you for a solid run. Enjoy your long distance running or walking activity. Be safe. Take care. Bye bye.